A sleepless night of consuming thought. Woke up to rain. Quick meal and shuffle of the little one off to school. I returned for an attempted nap with no luck. So, I'll stay focused with a "How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel," followed by a quick rundown of how bad of a sleep I had and how I've been going through some stuff and what it is that I've found to distract myself from being consumed by my own thoughts.
Stay focused. It's not easy, that's for sure, but I'm just happy that I've actually been able to go back to an old hobby of mine and use that as a way of distracting myself and trying to just stay focused and stay positive.
And with that, I'm off. A day that is a perfect reflection of how I'm feeling. It's funny how that works out sometimes. This is the last time I'll stay here. There's too much familiarity. It feels empty and alone. I'm meeting some friends for lunch. Friends. Are we friends? We're friendly. They're very supportive of what I do. And isn't this just par for the course? Me getting all up in my head, questioning the definition of things that we just throw around day to day. I don't know if any of them are actually my friends, but it is nice to think that that might be true. If it is true, living my life this way has brought me more friends than I ever thought I would ever have. Lunch was nice. Great stories and even some laughs. I needed that. Well, I better get some normal stuff done here.
It's funny, the last time I was here at Lord Co, it was raining as well. I was here to get oil filter and an air filter for my van, and now I'm actually headed off to BC in a day, tomorrow actually, and I gotta get my dad a battery. It's not from here. I'm gonna go to Canadian Tire to get that, but I'm gonna get an oil filter, or oil filters for my brother's Tacoma and dad's motorhome, mom and dad's motorhome, and oil for my brother's Tacoma as well, so he can do himself an oil change. I'm almost thinking that these people should not have moved to British Columbia. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if my dad wants oil to go with that filter as well. Sounds like a future Matthew problem.
Sad streams of vile bitterness and cloaked benevolence sent through space and time to supercomputers shrouded in denim, chino, leather, or lace. Without such an immediate connection, things would have been easier. Temptation is just too high to not attempt to hold on.
Well, the thing that we're in the city you can't go back is because a lot of people, like they always switch synthetic, regular.
A session of aquatic play this evening with the little one. A quick reminder of how cool this aspect of my life is when it comes to convenience. But again, familiar and hard to experience. Her soft smile and energetic enthusiasm definitely help. Come on, stay focused, Dad. My curiosity is piqued. I have to check. Yep, still leaking. Head of the bed is soaked. It's expected in this heavy of a rainfall, but frustrating since I can't find the cause. Maybe one day. Tomorrow should be warmer. It'll dry. It's not the end of the world.
Good girl.
Alright, now we make up for the previous night's failure with some self-medicating and a hard lean into an old hobby with a new flavor. Hopefully it isn't too long of a session. Fingers crossed. The gloomy day breaks into a beautiful night with the promise of a gorgeous tomorrow. And it's right. Today was much better, both for the weather and the soul. The reminders and familiarity continue to follow me as my journey sees me returning west. I find myself wondering if it's the actual things and places that hold these memories, or just our subconscious projecting onto them. It seems it has always been this way. Explains why destruction isn't a very viable solution. No, for me, the most viable solution will always be the same as what my screenwriting teacher taught me. Fresh, familiar. Everything has been done. Everything has been tried. Can you tell the story in a fresh way? Yes. Can you find something you still love that helps occupy your mind so you are no longer lost in a maze of your own design? Yes.
Hunkered down for the night. That's a little bit of a different style of vlog, wasn't it? Kind of necessary for me, though. You know, I think all of us, most of us anyway, we all got stuff going on in our lives. Hopefully, for the most part, it's all positive. This stuff that we don't really talk about, our own personal stuff, right? And for the most part, we hope it's positive. I hope it's positive for you. I like to think it's mostly positive for me. But there are aspects of our lives, of course, that are going to be a little bit more on the negative side, stuff that's going to happen, it's going to affect us, make us feel not so good, can make us feel, angry, broken, betrayed, that sort of stuff. Come here, you fur ball. Now you're a peach. And when that happens, at least for me, things can happen that I feel like are by and large out of my control. I mean, they're not at the end of the day, but it sure is how it feels. Like, for example, I'm a very reactive person when there's really nasty shit going on in my life, that if I feel attacked or betrayed or, heartbroken or whatever it might be, right? I tend to just react from my gut. And usually it's something that's really unnecessarily drastic. And in this case, I just had some stuff going on. And my first thought was, I can't even film anymore. I'm not even going to vlog. What is the point? That was my initial silly reaction. And it never would have panned out that way. But I felt myself making a poor decision just thinking that, right? Now, I always say at the end of my vlog, one of my things is be creative. And that's by and large another way that I usually handle stuff and crap and whatnot in my life, right? I lean into my creative side. So that's what I was able to do with this vlog. I'm sure it's polarizing for lots of people, and that's okay. I needed to do it. I needed to get it out of my heart. I needed to get it out of my soul. I just needed to see if I could do it. Hopefully I have. At this point, of course, of filming this, I don't know. But I wouldn't even have been able to get to this point unless I threw myself into something that I enjoy. You know what I mean? I think one of the biggest things we can do, besides just focusing on ourselves, is finding something to consume our time with. Time heals all wounds. I really do believe that. But sitting around waiting for time to do its job can be a bit of a bitch. So what I've found that works for me is complete and utter distraction in something that has no familiarity with anything to do with whatever it was that was going on that made me feel that negative way, right? And I'm a huge fan of entertainment stuff, when it movies and music and video games, right? So I found something that I had always been curious in, and I dove into it, and it absolutely helped take my mind off things, got me out of my own head. I'm able to escape into this world that so many other people have poured countless hours of their lives over creating. And it really is, this specific one truly is a work of art. I think there's a lot of video games that don't get this, you know, enough credit when it comes to that, but they are. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and by and large, it's a bit of a masterpiece of a video game. And it definitely gave me the internal shake of my head that I needed. And in playing that, I could feel my creative gears start to spin again. And I was like, I wonder if I could do this for the vlog and get myself back on track, because nobody wants to feel that way at the end of the day, right? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. And that's my quick little spiel before I get right back to it and then hopefully get a good night's sleep. And that is why this entry of the vlog will be known as